But like, is there a point in your career or just like you building your business, either Mang or the restaurant, when like it just got so like difficult that you're like, you know what, like fuck this, like maybe I should just get a 9 to 5 and just like go in that route instead of following the entrepreneur route?
You know, no, because I say no because of just who I am and my character. Like, I never want to go backwards in anything, right? And this is something that I've always, honestly, like, I'm living my dream. I sometimes you're gonna have to have some people to kind of bring you down to earth, like good friends and my homies. You know, they
To
had
like ground you.
right is because I have this mindset where I'm always missing something. It's never enough. I feel like I'm bitching sometimes, right? And I don't realize, like, you don't realize where you're at, and that's why they say, like, it's not about the destination, it's a journey that you gotta enjoy, and that's really the dream. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I didn't see that because I was just so high octane. I was focused on high octane, just movement. I was always working hard and all that shit, and I never thought, like, even when I was progressing and I made more than I ever had, but I never saw it. I never felt like I never took time to actually just think about that, and that's kind of, that had to be brought to my attention to now where I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna go back.
Yeah, because I noticed that with myself too. Because like when you get to a point, because I've been talking about this in the podcast, when you get to that next level of whatever that level
There you
is,
go.
you don't realize that you're already on that next level,
Exactly.
regardless of like whatever the structure of your business is. Because like at one point you were just like, man, I just want to get to that point.
Right.
Like I just want to have
Exactly.
that, like for you, like, oh, I just want to, have a successful clothing line, or like a successful restaurant. Like you, at some point before, that was a dream, and then when you get to that point, I'm just like, there's always that next. Like, I feel like the finish line is always constantly moving.
It's always moving. The goalpost, man.
Yeah. So you don't. It's hard sometimes that you forget. Like, I like that because like, you need somebody to just like remind you, like, dude, at some point, this was a dream for you, but now you're here. Regardless of how difficult the struggle is. Like for me too, like I used to do my podcast in my fucking tiny ass bedroom, and then I have to like invite people, but like they have to sit on my bed because like, like I had no room to like.
I remember that.
Yeah. So like, but now like I have this space. Like I decided I want to really invest in this because I want to. Part of it too is because like if I don't do this now, when am I gonna do it? And like I just really want to like make it a little bit more serious than, because before it was just like, oh, it was more of a hobby, but now like I really want to build this podcast, and like I just want to build my career in the, I don't know if entertainment is the right word, but like just a combination of like music, podcasts, YouTube, just like whatever that is. I don't know what the job title is for that. Just I guess
Public figure. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, like I just need to take it a little bit more seriously and like have like an actual stake too. Like if you invest in something, you're like, I have to do it now. I have to grind. So yeah, that's why, like for me too, like quitting is not an option.
Right.
As much as every day I think about it, of like shit, it's just kind of hard. Like maybe I should just like stop.
I mean, if we're so easy, then we all be rich.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So.
But then it's just gonna get sweeter, like once it gets to that point. But then when it gets to that point, like, is there gonna be more? Is there more? Is the goalpost gonna keep? I mean, I think it's gonna keep on moving.
Which is a good thing.
Which is good because like you also want to progress too. Like when you get to a point where like, oh man, I have like so many different businesses that I built. I feel like there's always more. I don't think that it ever stops.
It won't because so it's like working out. You know what I mean? Once you see results, it becomes an addiction,
That is true.
right? So when you see success, I think it's something that you just want to, you captivate and you keep going because now that's part of your job,
Yeah.
Right.
It's like once you taste a little bit of it,
Yeah.
it's
which is
Yeah.
nothing wrong with that. I mean,
yeah, that's true.
if you can, why not, right?
Exactly.
You could retire and still doing business, if that makes
Yeah.
sense, So, and that's just kind of like, at least for my mindset, and that's just kind of where I'm shooting for, which long way to go, but hey,
Same here too, because I think, at least in my head, that my goal right now is like build this, establish this, and then if I make pretty decent money, then I can just like not worry about bills or like just cause I just want to travel and experience all that stuff. So like, you know what I mean? Like, I think it would just get to that point.
listen, man, I mean, your self goals is something else, right?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, when you got a roof over your head, right?
Yeah, that's true.
You have your own transportation. You got food on the table. Bro, you winning.
Yeah, perspective, man.
I'm telling you, winning.
Exactly. And sometimes I forget. Like sometimes you lack gratitude for what you have, because in your mind there's always more that you can get. I can get more. I can get more.
And that's just your personal.
Yeah,
Preference
and
of
I
what
think
have
it's
you.
just that's like my I guess, like you said, personal goals that I want to accomplish. But when I look at my life right now, like I'm very lucky. I just I have freedom, even though it's tough, but I feel like I'm living a good life right now.
You are.
Yeah.
I want to live your life, Derek.